I don't fucking know, man. Can you guys even hear this? I mean, like, it shows that it's. It shows that it's going. All right, so we're gonna drop that off for a second. Um, Welcome in if you're watching this back. This is a complete test right now. It says that I have no viewers. I don't know how quickly I'll be able to see if there's viewers. 100% test because I want to see if I can get a live call-in show going for the walk-ons. It might just be me. I might be able to bring in other guests. Now it says I have a live viewer. So now here's what I need to do. And these people are going to be like, what is going on? Welcome, the one viewer that I have. Boy, would I love to see the chat. We have 2 live viewers. This is big. This is big, people. We want to go. Oh, there it is. Woo! We got it. CJ Smith, what's up, baby? Come on now. Let's go. The other person in the chat, say something so that I know this is fucking working. Oh my god. 3 viewers. We're gonna kill with this. We're gonna kill with this. I love this. Okay. Oh, what is over here? The chat. Oh, and then it shows up in the chat on here, so I don't even have to look at this. Jake Newberry. Thank you, bro. Eli. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. All right. Now, I'm going to need your help. Hopefully, not all of you are at work, or hopefully we get more people in here because I need to test this. A call in, you can see on the show it's a call in feature. Will one of you call that number? One of you call that number, please. And then I'm going to bring you. I mean, only if you feel comfortable, but I need to know if when a person calls into this number, I can answer it, and then the person on the other end of the line can hear me, and we can have a conversation. Oh, fuck. That's okay, CJ. I need somebody else to do it. And maybe you're trying, but I am not getting a call yet, at least. But hopefully we do soon. That is the right number. So, I really need this to work. 7 people in here just chilling. I appreciate you guys. CJ, Eli. Hey there, Trish. What's up? We got a live show going on. So to fill you guys in, this is a new feature that I have not announced to anybody yet. The idea would be that at some point, hopefully once a week during the season, I do a live radio call-in show where we just talk about the game. We get it's completely call-in based, right? So I take calls like a radio show, and we simply do conversations that's based on the caller's questions or topics or whatever. Hawks by Millie. Oh, thanks, Trish. You're a legend for telling your dad about the podcast. So, oh man, and we can bring like, look at this shit. Look at the possibilities of this platform right here. So like Trish's comment was just telling my dad about your podcast. I'm a patron. Like I can bring stuff up on the screen. It's so cool. The problem is I really need someone. If one of you is available and is okay with talking to me for a second, please try calling the number that's not on the screen anymore. I need to put it up there. This guy right here. 515-758-5036. Oh, and here we go. Hello. See, now I can't. Here's the issue. Now I can't hear who I'm talking to. And you can probably hear me. See, this is going to be an issue. Fuck. Oh, see, I can hear. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you, Clue.
Oh, let's go. Okay, who am I talking to?
You hear me?
Yes.
My name's Tyler.
Oh, well, hell yeah, let's go. Bro, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. So okay, let's roll with this. How long have you been listening to the podcast?
Long time. I'm a top tier Patreon.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go, baby. That first string. This is amazing. Thank you so much for calling in and helping me figure this out. I'm really hoping that
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm hoping that this becomes like a cool thing that we can do. This is obviously something that we have not dove into, mostly for the fact that Drake live is a dangerous thing. So uh I appreciate you calling in. Thank you, Tyler, for helping me out. And yeah, so Eli, you just called and we're on a call right now. So you're gonna get the voicemail. So I'm gonna have to like figure out a way. I know we want Drake on the live. I fully understand that. We're gonna have to temper him back. Tyler, thank you.
Yeah, anytime, man. You guys take care.
You as well. Okay. Okay. This works. This works. So we're gonna get. I wonder if there's a way that I can implement a waiting room because that's annoying if we can only have one person call in at once. Fuck. I love you guys though. You guys are all participating in the chat here. This is amazing. The fact that I can pull these comments up from your YouTube and it like pulls it and sources it from like I'm not streaming out of YouTube right now. I'm streaming in an app called or fuck. I'm streaming in a application. We'll call it an application that is called Restream. And so I'm in my own browser over here, but then I actually have the YouTube feed pulled up over here as well. Man, this is awesome. Fuck yes. You guys have no idea how pumped I am about this shit. I appreciate you guys coming in here. If you guys want to, um, I will fuck it. Let's roll with it for a second. When you joining Iowa Everywhere, can you set it up as a Discord setup, or would that be too complicated? So that's a good question. The Discord. Are we talking like the CJ the audio Discord feature where you can do like an actual audio chat? Trish, funny you mentioned StreamYard. The episode that we just released on Patreon for DHT, I literally just got done recording with Drake for DHT. We did it on StreamYard. StreamYard is giving me all kinds of fucking problems when I try to do this right here. It looks great, right? And this looks good as well. If you guys want, I can actually, it's going to get a little trippy here because I'm going to do it anyway, but I can share my screen to where I'm going to share where I'm watching myself on the side. Um, so here's me in the little screen, and then I'm watching myself on the YouTube stream of it. Uh, and now you can see like it's just a picture and a picture and a picture. Um, it looks great. I have the background. We've got the washed up walk-ons logo in the top corner. You know, we've got the nice clean, uh, the bubbles with my name in it. Yeah, it's Clue Reception. That's way too much for people. Um, Discord would be a good option. Well, see, here's the thing. Assuming that when I get Kevin and Drake to come into this studio as two other sources and the call in will still work, right? I not only need to be able to hear them. When you get on the tech guy side of this shit, I not only need to be able to hear them from their two computer inputs, but I need to be able to hear the caller. I need the caller to hear them, and I need them to hear the caller. There's a lot of shit going on. So we still have some testing to do with this, but um, right now this is working beautifully. What was the question that I was going to answer? Trevor, when am I going to be joining Iowa Everywhere? I was not approached for Iowa Everywhere. Um, I don't take slight to that. Uh, I don't think that I in no way expected them unknowingly to when they had that idea, Chris and John, and I think Chris is the one behind it. with Chris Williams. No way expected that they would like peg me as a guy to bring onto that network. I do think that I sort of fit into that group of people. So, uh, but so with Iowa everywhere, Chris just quit KXNO because he's got a family, and the hours that they were doing him and Ross Peterson were 3 to 5, and they actually switched it up to 3 to 6. So his day got an hour longer. People want to be home before that, right? So Chris quit. And I think now Ross is moving to the morning. There's a whole lot of shit going on at the KXNO station in Des Moines. So Chris, I don't know what he's been doing since then. I know he runs Cyclone Fanatic. I'm sure that makes him some money. I'm sure he's got investments or other sources of income as well. But as far as I know, since he quit in the spring, this would be his re-entry into the podcasting broadcasting world. And I'm assuming that this idea, cooking this up, getting it all set up, reaching out to the people, determining who is going to be a part of the network was what he's been doing for this last 5-ish months. I don't know exactly when he quit over there. So he's a great guy to do it. John Miller, who's obviously going to do 2 or 3 shows on that network, he has he has Hawkeye podcast that he started last football season. He has not done one since the end of basketball season. I don't know, and I don't think he planned on doing it. So as Chris approached him, I know that they know each other from the past. It was probably perfect timing to like get this set up and ready as football season started. Um, and then who else do they have? They have the Bloom guy, who's an Iowa State guy. They have, um, I think he's a part of that sort of radio network scene for the Cyclones. They have, what's that guy's name? Sage Rosenfels, who used to play and has done a lot of media side of things for them. They've got Jabo coming on with some guy named Jared, where they're going to have like an Iowa State crossover podcast. They got a bunch of dudes. They got a bunch of guys over there. So I don't think that they need. I don't think that they need me. And if they did consider us, the walk-ons, they probably looked at us and saw that we kind of have our own thing going on. We have a full brand going on. We've got this, several of you are a part of the Patreon. Um, and so that's my thinking there. It would be great to be a part of that network. And they might even consider bringing us on if we didn't have somebody already. But as you can see in the corner here with the Walk-Ons logo, we are a part of iHeart's network. So technically, they probably saw that and were like, well, we can't compete with that. Right? They're going to have sponsors and all the advertising set up on the back end. They have to sell that and basically be their own sales team. Right now, we don't have to do any of that, and iHeart takes care of all of it. So yeah, CJ Tech isn't my specialty. I'm a sports management guy. I fucking wish I was a sports management guy. I need to. I basically do all my research. If you want, right now, call into the show. It'll really be first come, first serve if multiple of you oh. Oh, good. Hold on, don't call into the show yet. My Google Voice is updating, I guess. I need that. So this is like a number that you can attach to your own phone through Google Voice. In a second, you guys will be able to call into the show. All right. It says the app is updated. Please just okay. Now, if one of you wants to call in and ask a question or bring up a topic, you're more than welcome to. The number's right there on the screen. I'm going to stick around for 8 or 10 or 15 more minutes and answer any questions if you would like. You can also just chat in the side. Dream Hawkeye Cyclone analysis show would be you and Jeff Woody. Jeff Woody, that would. So here's the issue with that, Eli, is my guy Jeff, I know has been in the past or was at one point into CrossFit. So that would probably just talk. We would just turn that into a CrossFit show. We would just talk about fitness and all that shit. Have you considered? We haven't, right? So, Spencer Lee, Caitlin Clark, any of the people who are currently in the program right now, right? Like Spencer still has time. Caitlin still has 2 years left. By the way, she's making so much money. Have you guys seen the bag that she's getting? Unbelievable. Um, I think John Miller retweeted an article from somebody. It was a larger national publication that just came out with an article about how she's with H&R Block, Hy-Vee, and one other company, and I think combined she's coming in at just beneath 7 figures. I'm pretty sure that was the number. So, I would obviously love to have Caitlyn on the show. Yeah, she's making absurd money. I would love to have Caitlyn on the show, and we will. I will reach out to her. I've been in contact with her. I sent her and the basketball team some Hawks by a Million flags. I sent Spencer some Hawks by a Million flags, which I'm pretty sure are up in his apartment and several other wrestlers' apartment. Um, our, the reason why we don't have people on is because oftentimes when they talk to us, we're cussing, we're very relaxed. It is not professional. It is not a normal media interview. And so 15 to 20 minutes in, if you're sort of a normal person that can kind of, you know, flow with another former athlete like Kevin, Drake, myself, especially Drake and me, you start to open up a little bit. You get a little bit looser, right? And we've actually had this happen a couple times. Listeners would never know about it because we edit it out um, on the back end, but people start to tell stories or dive into issues or topics that have come up in the past when they were playing that were something that they don't want to talk about. And we'll have to edit it out. Um, we want those kinds of conversations. We don't want to have to edit something out or have one of our guests governor themselves because they're still playing and it could make an impact on the team, distraction, all of that, right? So that is why we have not had Spencer Lee or Caitlin Clark on. The minute that they are done with their Hawkeye careers, we will immediately be reaching out to them um, and trying to have them on the show. Um, this question right here is a good one. Uh, favorite guest. Who are your guys' favorite guests that we've had on the show? You tell me. Eli, that Jeff, Woody, and me, I've never thought about that. I don't even know if Jeff has done media or podcasts or radio at all, but he went to Southeast Polk and was in the Metro, and I was in the Metro, and we've met once or twice before. And I think that would be very interesting. That might be a I don't know what the temperature or the desire for a Hawkeye Cyclone crossover show would be. Obviously, they have one or two of them. Actually, oh, I forgot. They're going to do Chris and Chris. They've got Chris Hassel. Him and Chris Williams are going to go back and forth on Iowa State. So that market is probably a little flooded right now. I don't know if people want me and Jeff Woody when they've got those other shows. Drew Tate, Ricky Stanzi, hard to beat. Um, you liked Kreiner and Bear, huh? Look at this. CJ coming with the basketball content. Must be a B-ball guy. What about J-Bo? J-Bo we had earlier this summer, late spring. He was a nice little bump to our May numbers. Um, you know, obviously these two and Greenway were our century marks. Huge episodes. I would say honestly, if we're looking at it's different for me because yes, amazing to have on the legends like Tate, Stanzi, all these guys. For me, it's the episodes like the Gervais episode, like the Paulson Twins episode, where we have guys on who we absolutely loved to hang out with, be teammates with, grind with back when we played. And then we have them on and we haven't talked to them for months, years sometimes. And stories start happening, coming out, and we start laughing and the conversation turns to what it was, just like it was when we were in the locker room. And it's this reconnection um, of you and your teammates, and then you learn one or two new things about them from when we talk about their journey to Iowa, and maybe one or two new things about them from their time post Iowa to that point when we're interviewing them. Um, it rekindles a friendship and the brotherhood of being a teammate. So pretty amazing. Um, I don't want. Let's see. I don't want this question to go. I'm going to try and hit all these. Courtney asks about preparing freshmen for a game in Kinnick for the first time. Um, I wish you could see. Can you see? Oh, I had goosebumps for a second just thinking about it. Um, there is no way to fully prepare a first timer, right? Uh, it's kind of like losing your virginity. Let's be honest. Like you just don't know what you're in for, right? Um, Casey Kreider was the guy before me in at the long snapper position, and I only had the uh, the privilege of being able to be his teammate for 4 or 5 months in camp. My true freshman year, I asked him, "What's it like?" Just the dumb freshman question, like, "What's it like to do the swarm?" Like we were a couple weeks away, right, to my first swarm, and he's like, "It's really cool. It never gets less cool, but your focus during the moment, and your awe changes over time. You still recognize how fucking amazing that is, but your focus as you get into a larger role, a more important role, and the more that you do it, and now you kind of understand like when that view of the field comes into play as you turn the corner, the first couple times you do it, I mean, you could run out of your skin with the amount of electricity flowing through your body. And for a guy who's gonna have to play some real reps and has to, like, be mentally locked in, that's difficult. That's really difficult. So, trial by fire. You just have to get out there and do it. Um, and that's the best advice, is just trial by fire. Brand's brothers on, absolutely gonna have them on at some point. They are unbelievable people. They are almost like a something that we should, like, study as, like, a science experiment. Um, they're so incredible, and, uh and yeah, I cannot imagine the conversation that Kevin and Drake would. I don't think I would have to talk at all. I think David Delsberger, what's up, baby? This is new. This is new. I get to interact with you guys in a different way. Man, I fucking love this. Um, Drew Ott was awesome. Drew was a tricky one. So like I felt taxed trying to interview Drew because I was asking him questions that I really wanted to like dive into. And he was just answering with these short answers. He was like sitting on the couch in his living room with his, he doesn't have a TV, just being he's an interesting guy. We would need to do an in-person podcast with Drew to really get the full. I need a moderator. I don't need a fucking moderator. Chad, come on. I'm tech guy. I can moderate. I don't need a mod. Trish says, if you do this post games, you'll need to add mods for spammers and belligerent drunks. I thought about that. The nice part about only being able to receive one phone call is, which I haven't put that number back up. I'll take maybe one more call here in a second. Um, yeah. Do you know Murillo? Who's Murillo? Oh, Murillo Family Fishing. Moderators can also time out bots or any undesirable. Yeah, I know, I know. Um, you got to understand, guys. Just getting to this point right here, I was like racking my brain because the audio inputs and shit they were all just it's not good. David with his segue from the Kinnick doc. I one of the bigger, just complete over my head moments of maybe the entire podcast, 340 some episodes, when I segued with speaking of, we were talking about how crazy airplanes flying are, just the concept of flight. And then we were talking about how crazy it is that they can put tons and tons of steel and metal and it floats out in the ocean, right? Just a big hunk of metal floating out in the ocean. And then I segued with, speaking of big pieces of metal floating out in the ocean, I just watched the Kinnick documentary. I was not talking about Niall's plane going down in the ocean. I was not fucking referencing that. I was referencing the fact that he was stationed out on a battleship, a big boat in the middle of the ocean. Now, did it come across that way? And did, of course, Drake and Kevin make it sound like I'm an asshole? Because that's their number one for the last 9 years of knowing them. That's been their like number one goal, is like, yeah, we'll just shit on Kluver and make him look like a dick. Yeah. Yeah, they did. And so so do I regret it? I don't know if I regret it, because I didn't have any like ill intent behind it. I was just talking about the USS Lexington, which is where he was stationed. Sounded like a fucking asshole though. Tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. Um, I'm gonna have to get with some of you guys. Marquez was a great episode, Courtney. Um, the first golf tournament podcast, that was fucking wild, man. I was not Trevor, dude. Trevor, I fucking promise I was not referencing him going down in the plane. I was talking about the USS Lexington because Drake had just said, or Kevin had just said, uh, that big boats made of metal floating out in the ocean. And so I was like, yeah, talking about big boats in the ocean. That's where Niall was stationed. Fuck, man. Subscriber mode only, chat. That helps keep the bots and scum out. We would probably do that, right? So when this show gets bigger, we only have 17 people in here right now. When this show gets bigger, we would do a subscriber only mode. Set it to X amount of minutes. Okay. Set it to X amount of minutes so that they can subscribe and chat like it puts them in like a waiting period so that you can't just like come in, fuck up the entire show. As far as the Titanic, fuck you, Trevor, so hard. Like, 1.7K subs, David. Come on now. This shit's getting real, which is a little bit surprising. I know not everybody just monitors or has their YouTube up all the time like I do. But with 1,700 subs, you would think like more than 16 people would be in here. Of course, I didn't announce anything. I didn't like schedule this. So I'm cool with the 16 of you that are in here, because this is great. We're figuring some shit out. Um, I'm not. I'll definitely nominate or appoint some mods in the chat, I suppose in the YouTube chat. Probably do I do that through, you're right, everybody is eating dinner. I suppose I can probably, let me go over here to the YouTube and see if I can create a poll. Oh, look, I can create a poll. Okay, so does this come through then? Best host of the pod. Okay, so does this come through? Jacob, I know, man. I know, brother. Like, that's the one thing I like about Zoom versus. Oh, oh. So the poll looks like it does not come through on my end of the application, but I can see it in the YouTube. I appreciate you guys voting on that. Yes, has to be done via YouTube chat. Okay, so if I want to take Murillo, add moderator. Oh shit. So if I just want to make David and Murillo, my mods. I'm not using StreamYard. StreamYard would simply not allow me to do the call-in. It would not allow me to do I'm not gonna explain it right now, but there's an issue that StreamYard is not allowing me, and, Trish okay, I trust Murillo. I trust her. If Trish is an equal opportunity ass kicker, then Trish gets a mod. I mean, I trust you guys, right? I'm putting a lot of trust into you. Um, so flying the H-man flag, trying to do God's work. David, why do you say, "Oh no"? Don't say that. Don't say that, because then that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. Don't don't make me feel like I entrusted the wrong people, right? So now I've got a few mods. I don't need David up in here trying to start his own dictatorship. But you can see now that these two have like the blue. So now I don't know what that allows you guys to do. I assume it just gives you the same abilities as me. Oh, Trish. Okay. Okay. Oh, Trish, we've talked before then. I mean, I've talked with most of the patron members, but so I guess so now do you guys also have the powers to pin a message, report, remove for the three that I ban hammer? You have the blue wrench, so you can kick out Champlain, Illinois. Hey, Illinois, a little ass kicking on Wyoming this weekend. They didn't look too bad. They did not look too bad. Unfortunately, what Kevin said is probably true. Illinois is not a walk through a week now anymore. Not that it was before, right? It never changed but at least you could go into it knowing that what you have prepared to do was probably going to work out. By the second or third quarter, you can maybe lay off. You cannot pin messages. Okay, so you guys just have the ability to remove somebody. Can you guys put a user in timeout? Yo, Nebraska. Come on, CJ. It's Nebraska. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the fucking Nebraska Scott Frosties. I mean, they should change their they should change their mascot to a Wendy's Frosty. Type in the chat quick, okay? I will type in the chat. Hi. I don't know why I used two W's there, but I'm not going to erase it. Hi, David. I typed in the chat. Okay. I'm assuming that now with that comment, you're going to do something. Delete messages, timeout, and hide user. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so you can't. Okay, so I'm the only one who can pin a message. So if I want to take that message to David and pin that, I don't even know what pinning does. Does that just put it at the top? Appreciate the poll, by the way. 11 votes. I got 6 of the 11 votes. We love that. Oh, yeah. So that just pins a message to the top. I can unpin that. Cool. All right. Let's get one more call-in question here. I want to use this feature and make sure that we can do that. So if somebody wants to, of the 18 people watching this live stream here, if someone wants to call that in, the first person who calls is going to get brought into the show. Anybody who calls after that is going to get a busy line voicemail message. I'm going to look into the calling system and see if we can't create like a waiting room for that. But we will see what the capabilities of that are going forward. Kevin is the GOAT. Kevin ain't shit. Kevin doesn't even show up for half of these podcasts. And I understand that's because he has a real job. Here we go. We got a caller. And I'm going to put this on the Roadcaster. Hello.
Hey, what's up, crew?
Who is it? Who is this?
It's David.
Oh, what's up, David? How you doing, man?
I don't know. I figured I'd just call you, right? You know, we're on the same bandwidth here.
Yeah. Well, ideally, the idea with this, David, is that right now you're helping me out just by making sure that the flow of this works. But The idea is that as we get going here, like I don't know if I'm going to do this after games. Well, I know I'm not going to do this after games because I've got radio responsibilities. But I'm thinking like middle of the week, maybe even Tuesday nights, Tuesday or Wednesday afternoons, like as people get home from work or on their drive home, they can listen to this
Yeah, it
show.
could be cool. Would
Is
you be able to do a pregame?
If I'm not at the game, yeah, I could do it pregame. That might be juicy. That might get juicy. Um,
Yeah, because I know you tried to do the pregame through Discord and had issues sharing like game day going on. That
yeah,
could be a cool thing. I now figured out how to get my computer to share TV through Discord too. So
you figured out how to through Discord. You figured out.
how to get like YouTube,
Oh,
like
really?
how to get YouTube TV to stream through Discord. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, I've got to do a lot more work, right? This is my, the wife is out coaching volleyball right now, so I've got a lot of work. Um, okay, so I appreciate the call, David.
What?
Um,
Yep.
do you have a question? Anything you want to talk about, or want me to talk about, or are you good?
Not really. You know, the thing I just wanted to point out is, you know, now that the season's in full swing, I see Kevin's got his notepad. He's taking notes every game.
He is.
Hoping you're doing the same thing, so we can get some really quality analysis of not only Iowa but all these other fools in the Big Ten.
I think that, um, that will happen. I think we've relied on, and if we went back, we could probably check the tape on it. I think we've relied on up through this point, just knowing a bunch about the Iowa guys because we knew them. This is the first year
Right.
where this is the first year where not a single guy on the team is someone we played with, right? So now it's great. We kind of are a part of the Iowa atmosphere. We know a lot about these guys, but we don't have those personal relationships or stories which with each one of them to go into. So we're sort of forced to unfortunately be a little bit more traditional. Remember the
Right.
game. Yeah, remember the game flows, remember how who scored when, how it went back and forth, all that, which makes for a better show. And it was inevitably going to get to that point. So hopefully, David, we will be able to come through on that.
Oh, of course. I have no doubts that you guys will be able to do it. Knock
Well,
it out of the park.
awesome. I appreciate your calling in and helping me out and being here tonight.
Yep, no problem, man.
Cool. See you later.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you have it. David from the chat. You just heard from David from the chat. And I'm going to take that down. That's the last call we're going to do. 38 minutes. This could be fun. We could slip into a little black hole action here where we come out 2 hours later and I'm like, holy shit, like time just warped because I really enjoy this. Unfortunately for you guys, this is what I was trying to do earlier in the day when we recorded the DHT. We were going to have callers for the DHT and we just simply couldn't figure out the audio and it all got fucked up. And then the audio for the DHT got fucked up, but we're here now. I saw that at one point, one of your messages was blurry or something like that. Who said that? Courtney did, but then she said it's all good now. So hopefully, let Drake do post game call in. So that's okay. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about, right? So if I do this post game, for instance, let's say I don't think I'm going to the Nevada game, week 3, right? That's a night game. Yes, Courtney, this will be, as far as I know, when you live stream to YouTube, this will be recorded post hoc for you guys to be able to go back and watch. Anybody, right? So as long as you're subscribed, and I will mention this on the main show. It is awesome, Rillo. I fucking love this. If we all get the exact same mic, make it all equal. We all have the same mic. So here's the issue. We all have this microphone, right? It's a $250 mic. Now, Kevin, for some reason, his laptop, evidently being Striker CEO, doesn't get you a good laptop, right? So sometimes the connection fucks with the audio. Drake, he also has connection issues sometimes. Usually I always sound good. But assuming that we all have the correct input in, we all should sound pretty much the same. Now, they always have fucking shitty audio levels. I have to turn them up, turn them down to best of my ability on my end. We should sound pretty good. Um, but yes, this is a new form of taking our content to the next level. It allows us to do some cool things potentially with the Patreon where sure, maybe I do a call-in show, an hour-long call-in show each week, and anybody that's a listener or who wants to come from social media and join this call can do that. But this also allows us to now do live streams, um, or how let's see, how would we do that? I'm trying to see if we could do like a game watch type of thing on here where we use YouTube's footage where it would just be private for the Patreon, but we'd still be able to go live. I think if I made it private but share the link on the Patreon, I think we might be able to do that. But this will be recorded back for the people. Um what the fuck what David, what does pebcac means? What the hell does that mean? Yeah, I can do a private live that way. I'm pretty sure we can do that. Um, anyway, the I am gonna wrap this up, but thank you guys so much for joining in. If you have any thoughts or comments on this, problems exist between chair and keyboard. Yeah, on their end. That's on their end. Um, thank you guys so much for joining this. Obviously, I didn't say anything about this. I didn't put this out to the Patreon members. I didn't tweet about this. This is just you guys seeing that Washed Up Walk-Ons YouTube went live. And you guys were probably like, whoa, what the fuck's going on there? Let's see what that's about. So I appreciate you guys coming in and participating. Thank you for being here, Trish, David, Murillo, everybody else that was in the chat, CJ, Eli. Um, now that I know this works, we're doing it. So I'm gonna find a night each night where this can be a thing. Go Hawks, Trevor, Hawks by Millie, and I'll make sure that this becomes more of a regular thing and potentially start to implement it as a new Patreon feature as well. So thank you guys for being here. I will talk to you in a bit. If you're a Patreon member, go check out the DHT, and if you're not, you'll hear us Thursday for the South Dakota State preview. Thanks for being here. We'll talk soon. And now I have to figure out how to end the stream. Here it is.